Inquisition soldiers even...
I think we need to go in here, and then we can go around there, I think.
I told you we would be safe. I'm not certain, my lady. We could still...
I know you.
You're apostates,
They
aren't
call
you?
you the Herald of Andraste for what you did at Haven. But are you? The Maker has not told me.
Does the Maker usually talk to you? Like, daily? And while Aiden really doesn't think he is, he wants to get inside there. So let's go with the I'm not certain.
I honestly don't know myself.
As I suspected, stories of you mastering the rifts are just blind heresy.
No, I can seal rifts.
Then prove it. Show me that the rifts bend to your will, the will of the Maker. Show me the power you wield.
I just did over there. Ah. What does your cult believe?
This cult, what are you doing out here? What is it you think is happening?
The Chantry has fallen, and shown its imperfection in doing so. The Chant of Light was a lie. It was arrogance to think that mortal lips could frame the Maker's will.
Did you see
So
that?
we wait in silence. The Maker has opened the sky. Soon he will call his chosen
What are
back
they
to the
doing?
Golden City.
I'm sorry, woman, I'm not listening, cause people are just vanishing through this gate.
Until later.
Until the Maker brings you back to us.
Seal the Fate Rift. I think that was already completed. Yeah, I think that was already completed, because I can go in now.
Hey, there's a big crazy light in the sky that craps out demons. Let's worship it. That makes sense.
I know, I think they're talking about this. He's the Rift. I think they're meaning that one. Huh? Loot sense is tingling. Oh, come on. What do we have here? I saw some money here. Let's take that.
Speak not, Chant of Light. Your lips.
So, Enchanter to the Imperial Court. That's a fancy title.
How very observant.
Why aren't you holed up with the Empress in Halam Shiral?
Grand Duke Gaspard laid siege to the city while I was attending to business for the Circle.
Lucky for you, I guess.
The Circle's shattered, the Empire is at war, and the Divine is dead. Only an imbecile would consider this lucky.
My lady,
Or
your
an
father
optimist,
would
you're
not
still
want
alive.
this for you. My father is gone. He wants for
Mm-hmm.
nothing now.
Good. Eric. Heh. It's
Demons
here,
prey
in that
upon the
direction.
innocent, but
No,
our
it's
faith
here. Is it just
strong.
above me? I
The
think it's
Maker
above
will
me.
save us.
Confusion. Would be nice to see if it's like above you or something. Ha! Wow, all for a bottle of wine.
Excuse me.
Runs.
While you were coming up, did you meet a young noblewoman with blonde hair and pale green eyes?
Yeah,
Velena should be here.
read
We need to
your
be
letter.
together when the Maker comes.
Sorry.
I found a woman's body down the hill with a letter on it.
This letter... Velena is dead. But we were meant to be together. The Maker would not keep us apart. What am I supposed to do now?
We can't say anything comforting. Two options: you fail to go home or join the Inquisition. Let's come on, join us.
The Inquisition needs men who believe as strongly as you do. Come and help us restore order.
Yes. Waiting here in the hills leaves innocents to die. Then I will bring the Maker's word by the sword. My men and I will lend our strength to the Inquisition.
Nice.
Thank you.
Another agent. What do agents do? Agent acquired. I don't know what that does, but it sounds fancy, so we do it. Hey.
You're for more light. How did the Maker bring you to these hills?
Peace to you.
So we just go for the caches first?
Travel safely.
Okay, come on, Vivian. If you're crying, here's your health potion. Ah, so nice and empathic.
Peace to you.
Okay, I need to somehow go there. But since we're inside, let's just see the rift first. And then we're going to go for the last cache.
Travel safely.
Nope. I don't think I will be able to disrupt that one. But let's try. Nope. Of course not. Hurry up. Can't even see anything. Ah, nice. Here you go, people who didn't believe I can see rifts. Speak with Anais. Praying for me? Oh, you?
And you? How did the Maker bring you here?
Is she still at the gates? Hello? Hello?
Maker's tears. I was a fool to have doubted you. How may we serve you? Herald of Andraste.
So, now you believe me. Oh well, Andraste's tears. Well, same difference. The end help the refugees, right?
Have your people help the refugees?
As you say, Herald of Andraste. Some few will remain here, the rest will go forth to do your will. When the Maker calls you to your great purpose, remember that we served you.
And also remember that you doubted me first. That's okay. Yeah, you can just walk around here. Elf root. Really need the elf root to be able to improve our health potions a little bit. Last but not least.
More supplies. Whittle can use these.
Hey. It's a little bit annoying that you always have to go back and report the quest. I really like if you could just have like a, I don't know, a letter pigeon or something. A war owl or something. I don't know.
We all did.
So, let's walk around and let's just finish some quests. Is that riding distance?
Something like that.
And how much did you need?
Have you seen otherwise?
Excuse me?
I...
Just this exclamation mark. New quest. Oh no, another quest. You already finished it without knowing. GG hunt.
Of course. That's the last of the bread. Going to be a long, hungry night.
These people need food.
There are rams out in the hills. Good eating, cooks easy, and no lords around to kill you for poaching. Too dangerous to go hunting now, though. More likely to find mages than mutton.
Good luck.
Luck won't put fat on your ribs.
Oh no, you want me to hunt? Oh well. That's a quest for future
How
item.
much did you need?
Bad thing about future item is that the character we're going to play.
Is anything we can do? Just ask.
Maker's
Thank you.
breath. If I were back in the city, I could just steal some blankets.
I found some of the apostate's supply stores. I can mark the locations for you.
I'll get out there myself with a few men and pick them up. This will keep a lot more refugees alive next time it snows. I appreciate it.
Nice. That was a very long quest for just +1 power. Like the same for as closing one rift. Okay. Where do I find my complaint? I want more power. Very close. Return the ring to the Elven Widow. Here. Here. Strange bedfellows. I think it would be smarter to go there and then go left. And then we can finish 2 quests at, well, not at the same time, but very close to each other. Literally very close to each other. Okay.
Nothing to report, sir.
Come here, horse. Freddy. We'll just call you Freddy.
Yeah, yeah! Whoa!
Okay, let's not tell him that the scout
Damn it,
friend
Rick, where are you?
did something fun with an apostate.
I found Ritz and rescued her from an attack by the Templars. She's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. It's dangerous out here for everyone. I'm glad the Inquisition is trying to put things right.
It was also 1 power. Oh well. Power doesn't really seem to scale to effort you have to put in. Go.
Where the Templars? They don't care who they kill anymore.
I found this ring on a Templar I killed.
This is it. Praise to you and the Inquisition for giving my husband justice. It won't bring him back, but his spirit will rest easier now. As will mine.
You're welcome. Let's see if there's any other quests we can finish. The Northern Hills, return the stone treasure. Okay, so I would say let's go back to Haven, go back to the war table, and then think about what we're going to do next. Right? Has anyone else played Larian's Baldur's Gate Calendar? Just playing memory cards and getting some Baldur's Gate 3 ambient soundtracks. I did do a little bit of that. I'm not up to date. But because I wanted to, very boring, I wanted to wait until I can play everything. So yeah. How did you like it so far? It was just like neat, nothing too major, but a little fun. For me at least. Once again, we could go through the special shipments. What do they do? Ooh, I mean, we could also speak to the Iron Bull. Where is he? Ah, of course he's there. Iron Bull, Black Wall. Let's go to the war table
I thought the
first,
Enchanted Light bound us all
and
together.
then talk to our new companions.
I don't know if Apothecary Adon can get you that many job.
We have to find Dorian. Okay. One perk. Glass flasks. Tailoring.
My scouts are posted on the ridges in case there's any trouble.
Action secret sounds fitting for unlocking locks, right? The lights. Was the connections? Rare stocks. Favor for favor. Studying reputation. Where is it? With knowledge. Posture. Lord Bearer. Ah, see? There are the agents. They reduce the time that our what do you call them, advisors take to solve things here on the world map. Forwards. Deft hands find tools. The training, gear, and experience working with master locksmiths needed to tackle the toughest and most ingenious locking mechanisms. It allows all rogues in the party to open masterwork locks. Is there like a previous one? I don't think so. Deft hand find tools. I think that's the only one, so we need more points here. Oh gosh. So, let's go for the Arcane Knowledge. Opens up new dialogue options related to the Fate or Arcane Studies. Runs plus 50% XP for each codex entry unlocked. Go. Kinda odd that we have to wait so long to be able to pick locks. Influence points, more influence points. Utilize the Grey Warden treaties. Nice. Here we go, Josephine.
At your service.
Strange talk markings.
Let's see what we have.
Successed in lies. I have no idea what that is, so we're going to read it. Part of a Ben Rasref report noting the current fight for succession in Lydas, which has been without a direct ruler since Duke Rimarsh died early in the Orlesian Civil War. The duchy will go to one of the 3 members of the dead Duke's family, all of whom have possible claims to the position due to the complex nature of Orlesian politics. His cousin Carolina, already Duchess by marriage, his daughter Monette, whose claim is muddied by her youthful naivete, and the fact that her father pushed her into a life of service to the Chantry after his wife's death, likely to protect her from the dangers of the game, and his brother Jean Gaspard, an ambitious and cunning man who has been searching for power. Carolina is capable and not overly invested in overseeing lies personally. Monette would be the most easily manipulated, and less likely to be useful. Jean Gaspard would be difficult to manipulate and could present a threat if he succeeds his brother. Any of the 3 candidates could become a valuable ally to the Inquisition, but the other 2 must be removed from play first.
All right.
Fun, Cullen. So, who do we want to talk to first? Vivienne approves. Interesting. I think they're just approving to some of the war table things we're doing. I'm just wondering, how do I see the approval of people? Not here.
Peace, Herald.
Journal? No. Quest map, character record. Here? Also not. Behaviors, attributes, tactics. Does anyone know where I can see the approval of characters? Let's go to the Iron Bull first.
Heaven has been filled with silence. I knew then, and crossed my heart with shame.
Oh, those preachers. I'm wondering where I can see it. CKLQ. There must be a way to see the approval. Map journal. Oh well. Let's talk to Krem first.
What can I do for you?
Let's discuss Iron Bull.
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The chief. First time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Qunari, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Qunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee to Tevinter. A tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
An eye for bad jokes.
That's how he lost the eye.
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. Big horned idiot. Didn't even know me.
Very cute.
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. If he keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
Is it strange to work for Qunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. The Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
He's very interesting that he's open about that.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him. Eyes to eyes, he says. It's never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
We'll talk later.
Okay, let's talk to the Iron Bull himself. He's so huge.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
I already tried flirting with him, it didn't work.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Qunari learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
You sound like you want to head down there and give the troops some pointers.
Nah, I'm no good at command unless I know who my guys are sleeping with and what they like to drink. Inquisition's already too large for that.
2 questions.
The charges are big enough for me. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
I don't really see Liliana as a leader, because she's like always in the shadows as being our spy master. Cassandra's kind of not visible enough to be a leader. And I mean, same for Cullen.
The Inquisition has done all right so far without an Inquisitor.
That's because all we've needed so far is damage control, reaction. A group can handle that. Once you've sealed the breach, it's gonna be time to make decisions. Someone's gonna have to step up. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't,
Yeah.
but it could.
It won't, but it could. Would be nice, but won't happen.
Can I help you?
That's actually not that much we can ask.
So how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the queue. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
I mean, why iron? I mean, if I look at the horns, I know why bull.
Why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
Whatever floats your boat.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
It also doesn't sound too different from the Inquisition, but yikes. Yeah, sent from the first game, that is his title. It's essentially sergeant or squad leader in their language. Oh, curious. Thanks, Alistair.
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
Charming.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. I always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
The re-educators sound horrible.
Yeah, they probably do. Here's the thing, though. What happens in Orlais when you commit a crime or betray a lord? They just lop your head off. At least the Qunari try to fix you.
I don't really know what's worse, to be honest. Yeah, the Warhammer 40k Inquisition would love you people. Mm-hmm. Let's turn you into servitor.
And you're a spy?
Close. I am now, I suppose. But that's not how I started. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Sounds fun, sounds difficult, sounds impossible. I mean, for him it sounds fun, right?
You seem like the type who enjoys a good fight.
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread and killed a bunch of children. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Yeah. To turn yourself into the re-educators, that sounds so horrible.
You'd heard what the re-educators did to their prisoners.
Yes, I had. I wanted them to fix me like they fixed them. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
The whole Qun doesn't really sound nice either. Oh gosh. Obedience.
I'm glad you're here, Bull.
Me too.
If you ever need to talk more about all this, let me know.
Nah, it was a long time ago. Thanks, though.
That was flirty.
What's going on?
I'd like to know more about the Qunari.
You writing a book?
See if we can find out
It's
more.
your culture, and I'd like to know you better.
You could just ask.
I am.
All right. What do you want to know?
I did ask. Ooh, now we have quite a few options.
What's it like growing up under the Qun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasrath.
There seems to be so much which is just decided for you.
So the Qun decided what work you would do. You didn't get a choice.
I could have acted like I didn't like hitting things, I guess. But why would I do that? I was good at my work. I liked doing it. Far as I can tell, the Tamasrans made the right call.
I like you too.
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Qunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love rules. But the mages... Can you imagine Solus trying his fade dreaming under the Qun? Or Vivian doing her political bullshit? Both Sarah and Varric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated. Drugged until their minds broke. So, to answer your question, no. I don't think about it much at all.
It also doesn't really sound like something you want, does it? What? But yeah, looking at what they do to their mages with control rods and everything, yikes.
How do the Qunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military. The priesthood figures out how Qunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Qunari safe from outside threats.
Really sounds like a cult.
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Orlais, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Qunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight. Or kill you.
Doesn't really sound nice.
How is everyday life different for Qunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Val Royeaux gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Qun. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
Who puts eggs in bread?
It can't be exactly the same. The Qunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Val Royeaux has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her 'cause it's stale? Same crap in Val Royeaux. People are just people.
I think on that I would quite disagree. I mean, the baker in Val Royeaux probably chose to become a baker, right? There's more than work in life, I hope.
I heard there's no marriage among the Qunari.
Yeah, that's true. Qunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Qunari don't have sex.
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
Interesting.
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day, leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
Interesting. I mean, so much about personal freedom. Why? Cause that sounds like a free choice, I hope. That might be about egg and bread, but it's still around here, and Germany is a nation all about bread. Quite uncommon. I think it would be kind of judged by people if you would do that. I just know it in sweet things, like in brioche, so like French bread, special French bread, or cake, cinnamon rolls and stuff.
Sometimes I think I understand how different the Qunari are, and then I talk to you.
Yep. Still, it's more fun here. Fewer rituals, more making it up as you go along. Plus, you folk have redheads. Redheads.
But hey, did you just admit that freedom is nice?
The word Qunari, is that the race or the religion?
Both. Kind of. The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Qunari who break away from the Qun are Talvasha, deserters.
What about Qunari who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
Interesting how whole people just turned into a huge sect. I mean, on the other hand, look at the Chantry. Not that much different, is it? Blackwell.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me.
Those
As
two
there is
people.
but one world, one life, one death. There is
Sounds like they're taking drugs.
come to me first.
Talking about some visions. One life. Do you see it? Okay, I think Blackwell is outside.
Have you seen the
There
horses
he
Master
is.
Dennett sent the Inquisition? They're magnificent.